There's Saul. Yeah, he's got his bodyguards with him. Now, Samuel the prophet didn't want to appoint a king in Israel because he thought that when he appointed a king that they would not be serving God as king. But God tells Samuel, you go ahead and appoint the king. And so he does. The king he appoints is King Saul. And Saul is big and mighty and strong until we get to character number 2. And that is Goliath. Oh, my. You better watch out. Good night. Look how big he is. And you want to know the truth of the matter? This Goliath is about 2 foot shorter than what the Goliath in the scriptures is. Can you imagine someone being that much taller? Ooh, I wouldn't want to mess with that Goliath.
Don't want to mess with this one either.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with this one. Well, you know what happens in this story? Goliath comes out and he sees the army of Israel on one side and he's on the other side, and he offers them a challenge.
I defy the people of Israel. Send me a man that we may fight.
Anybody want to go fight him?
Oh.
Yeah, some of you think you do. Well, Goliath comes out and offers that challenge to Israel for 40 days. 40 days. Every day he does. Now, the next fellow that we have in this story is David. David, are you there? Ah, there's the little boy David. We're going to sing about him in just a moment. Little boy David is a shepherd. And he's taking care of his father's flocks. But he's going back and forth between where the army is and where the flocks are. And he's a messenger. And he comes to take bread to his brothers and cheese. Bring them some supplies as the messenger of his father. And he gets there and he hears that Goliath offer that challenge. And so, as he listens to Goliath offer that challenge, he makes a determination that he's going to do what he thinks God wants him to do. Not because David is strong and mighty, but because God is strong and mighty. And so David goes to King Saul, and he says to King Saul,
"Let no man's heart fail on account of him. I will go and fight this Philistine."
oh boy, here's just a boy, and all he has is a slingshot and a staff. And he says, I'm going to go fight the Philistine. And Saul looks at him, and basically he's saying, son, you better think this over a little bit. Saul, what do you say?
You're not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for you're but a youth, and he's been a warrior from his youth.
Well, David is just kind of upset because none of Israel, who are God's people, are going to listen to God and trust God and let God work. And so he makes it pretty clear.
The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear, he will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine.
The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear is going to deliver me from this Philistine. So, Saul says, okay.
Go, and may the Lord be with you.
But before he sends him, he puts on his armor, Saul's armor, and Saul is a big man, and David can't even walk in the armor. And so he takes the armor off, and he says, I'm just going to go just like I am. Well, here comes Goliath.
Yes.
You going to offer the challenge again?
I